Perfect. Okay, so after you create your 15 lines total, again, 5 above your line, 5 on your line, and 5 below, these are all vertical 90-degree lines, so they're straight up and down. Then you start turning them each into boxes in 2-point perspective by connecting the top and the bottom of each line to each vanishing point. So let's start with one line. Let's do one on the horizon line, one below, and one above. So again, I'm connecting, let me zoom in, the bottom of my line and the top of my line by lining up my ruler to the vanishing point and on the top of my line. Then I do the same thing on the other side as well. Now, you don't have to make your lines go all the way through. As long as it's lined up to your vanishing point, you can just make a line for as long as you want to make your box. So if you only want to make your box that long, you can stop it right there. Then again, you do the same thing for your bottom part of your line. Okay, so again, I brought the top and bottom of my first line to each vanishing point. Then I need to close the sides of my box. So I close the sides of my box by adding another vertical line, a 90-degree line, to the right side and to the left side of my box to close it. Then I take the eraser tool and I erase anything that is not a part of the structure of my box. So the excess lines that are going to my vanishing point, I am erasing. Any lines that are outside of my box just a little, I'm erasing so it's a perfect cube. Remember, we're keeping in mind our craftsmanship. So we want to make sure we have nice, neat lines. And then I'm also going to erase the things that are inside of my box. Okay, so like the horizon line. Because it's behind my box, I want my box to look like it is in front of my horizon line. So I'm erasing what I see. I kept this vertical line because I want that box to look like it's in front of the box I just drew. So I'm going to go back to my pen tool. And to make boxes looking like we're going to overlap, I do the same thing. I connect the bottom of my vertical line to the right vanishing point. And then I connect the top of that same vertical line to the right vanishing point. Oops, I moved it. I do the same thing for the other side. The top of this line to the left vanishing point. And the bottom of this line to the left vanishing point. Make sure it's actually lined up to your vanishing points and it's not like going crazy this way. It has to go to the vanishing point. And I can tell just by looking at every box if it's going to the vanishing point or not. Some of you have already seen comments, me circling boxes to redo, so make sure that all your lines are lining up. Then again, to close it, a 90-degree angle on both sides. And then you take your eraser tool again and erase any lines that aren't a part of that box. Okay, so I wanted this box to look like it was in front of that first box that I just drew. So I erased the first box line that went through it, as well as the horizon line. Okay, so now it looks like that box is in front of the first box I drew. Okay, so now let me show you how a box looks above the horizon line. You'll notice that the boxes that are on the horizon line, you can't see the top or the bottom of the box. You only see two sides of the box. When it is above the horizon line, you actually see the bottom of the box because we're looking up. Remember, the horizon line is our point of view. So the boxes that are above the horizon line, it's like we're looking up at them. Therefore, we can see some of the sides and we can see the bottom of the box. So again, I need to do the same thing. Connect the top of my line to both vanishing points. And connect the bottom of my line to both vanishing points. Then I close my box again by creating a vertical line to close that side and to close the right side. All of your lines should either be going to your vanishing point or they should be vertical up and down. I shouldn't see any random diagonal lines, anything like that. If they're diagonal, they should be going to the vanishing point. Then to close the bottom of our box, because if you look, this whole area right here is open. Okay, so we need to close the bottom of our box. To close the box, we crisscross. What I mean by crisscross is we take each of the bottom corners to the opposite vanishing point. Okay, so I take this bottom right corner to my left vanishing point. So I line up my ruler to the vanishing point and to the bottom right corner. Then I draw a line. And I do the same thing to the left corner. I line it up to the right vanishing point. And then I draw a line. Where these lines intersect is our back corner of the box. So now I need to take my eraser again and erase any extra lines that are not a part of my box. Okay, so like where the lines crisscrossed, I want to erase those up to the corner. This extra vertical line is gonna be another box. So there is how you see a box above the line. So now I'm gonna show you a box below the line. Because it's below our sight, we're gonna be seeing the top of the box. Okay, so to see the top of the box, we still do the same thing. We're taking the top. I think I have the eraser tool still selected, so make sure your pen tool is selected. So I'm going to take the top of my line to the right vanishing point and the top of my line to the left vanishing point. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. So I'm bringing it to the left and the right side. And then I have to close my box. So I close my box with a 90-degree angle. And then before I do the crisscross, I'm gonna go in and erase some of my extra lines that went past. Whoops, erased too much. Make the size smaller. And this is what I mean about craftsmanship. I'm really taking my time to make sure my lines are nice and neat. Okay, so then I go back to my pen tool and I do the same thing to close the top of my box. So I'll take this right corner over here with my ruler. Where's my ruler? There's my ruler. So the right corner is going to be going to the left vanishing point. And then the left corner will be going to the right vanishing point. And you can see how I can make all these different shapes of boxes just based on how long I make my vertical lines, how short or how wide I make, how I close my boxes. We can overlap. So we could change our size, all of this stuff. And look at, I already got 4 boxes done and I've only been working for about 10 minutes. And I've been going nice and slow too. So if you take your time, you do 1 box at a time, you'll get this done in no time. Don't rush through to make it sloppy. Really take your time and you'll be able to get it done.
A question.
Yes, Alejandro.
So I'm trying to do the first one.